Good morning, folks. It's Lindsey Huddleston back in the building with another Monday Motivation. Hope you guys had a great weekend. All my Michiganders and those who probably traveled south for some homecoming festivities, particularly the HBCUs. I know you had a great weekend. I had a great weekend to spend some time with my daughter. We hung out. Oh, she's growing so fast. She's riding in the front seat now. You guys know about that transition where she's like, hey, I can ride in the front. So anyway, what is today's Monday motivation? As always stated, I try to pull from the headlines of my personal life, and this is somewhat of a headline. That is, don't change like the weather. Do not change. Don't change. Lindsay, what do you mean? Going back to the 90s, Busta Rhymes had a song with Bounty Killer, Change Like the Weather. That's not what I'm talking about. Shout out to Busta Bus. But what I'm talking about is these record heat index that we've had, referring to the temperature, particularly in the Midwest area. But just like the weather, people change. We'll talk about that cliche and what it means. So, what I'm getting at is this: often these cliches that we hear end up being a mix of two psychological phenomena. It's actually a belief or a piece of received wisdom that can be succinctly passed down from generation to generation. And when someone is going through a difficult experience, those cliches can bring hope and comfort because it's something that we all know about. And you can say, yeah, I know, I've heard that before. You're right. Also, with these cliches, they may feel trite or a bit overused, but they are also true for many people. There's some truth to that, is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Uh, the point I'm making is change is not good if it makes us change good habits. So with the record heat, everybody kind of fell back, I think, to a summertime mindset. Oh man, this summer, let's just be real. It's more of a leisurely mindset. We grind all winter to enjoy the summer. What I'm just trying to tell you guys that as we continue to have record heat, today it's going to be as high as 77, that don't lose your wintertime hustle mindset. I mean, we're into the fall. We're getting ready to go into the wintertime. And it doesn't have to be a bad period, but it's a time of, like you say, squirrel gathering nuts. It's a time of getting things together. If you go back to the summer mindset, you'll have a setback. And I don't want you to have that when you talk about reaching your goals that you're committed to. You may begin developing that fall and winter habits that were good for you. You probably started that. Okay, let me focus on this. We got the holidays coming up. I'm going to work on this. I mean, you really had a mindset that kind of puts you in a different place that allow you to reach your goals. But then that hot summertime weather hit. Yeah, it's about a week, and I know it's temporary. And there's some great things that can come from it. My mother told me she was outside pulling up those flowers that wasn't going to make it. That's a good thing. But don't change your mentality to a summertime mentality just because we got some good weather. Do not change. We can enjoy the week of high temperatures for temporary things, but we can't confuse the temporary for that needs to be permanent, guys. And what is permanent defined as? Lacking firmness or steadiness. You got to stay focused. You got to stay firm on what you believe. No means no when it comes to certain things that are part of your success. Just as in, also when you talk about that permanency, but also too, as in purpose and devotion. Are you devoted to your goals? I think that was an important word. That was a game changer when I looked at that. When you talk about this devotion part, devotion is defined as love, loyalty, or enthusiasm for a person, activity, or cause. Are you devoted to your cause? My mom and I were talking the other day. Shout out to my mom. Great to have her here to pick up the phone whenever I want to say what's up. But talk about when you find success. And a lot of times people don't find that success because they're not that committed to working on it. So when things don't go the way they want, they stop, they quit, they give up. They're not getting the results they want. They move on. But compared to, hey, this is something I'm passionate about, something I'm devoted to, I can just keep going. And you also got to be able to keep going, not worried about what other people think. Do not change like the weather. You see how this weather didn't change so quick? We were changing our wardrobes, getting ready for the fall and the winter, and all of a sudden you got to look for some summer stuff. I don't know. I know I did. I had the summertime polos packed up, but I got a few I can pull out. My point being is, don't change like the weather. Have some firmness and some steadiness. And as I always say, guys, in most cases, that requires you to have something that you're committed to. We commit to the wrong things out here out in this world. We commit to the wrong ideas. We commit to ideas that we think are important for other people, but not are important for us. And in all fairness, you may be trying to figure out what's important for you. So during that time of trying to figure things out, you're like that newborn deer that has the wobbly knees as you walk through your experiences. But don't let that stop you. Don't let trying to figure out what you're trying to do stop you from moving forward. Don't let worrying about what someone else may say, a snicker, a comment, or this social media that can be a double-edged sword stop you. Don't change like the weather. You got to stay committed, man. If you got a fall, wintertime mindset about what you want to focus on, you can't let summer weather get you off track. You can't let summer discussions and summer activities happening during this time get you off track. But let's get past the weather part. Let's talk about character. What if you told somebody you was going to do something? If you told them that with true intentions, stand on that. What happened to just being a man or a woman of your word? Saying, hey, this is what I want to do. If you want to start out saying, hey, I want to meet with you and talk about this, stand on that. But if that's not your intent, why play those games? And then you wonder why things don't really move consistently with you because you're not being consistent with yourself. Don't change like the weather. Stand on it. It's not going to always be a great time, just like the weather isn't always great. You got to still be able to say, these are the principles that I believe in. This is what I'm going to work on and stand on it. Don't change like the weather. Develop a reputation for being someone that says, you know what, you might not agree with him or her, but they're consistent. And people come to grow to respect that. You got to think about a long-term goal as opposed to this short-term, just what I can get right now. I don't want to keep you guys too long on this Monday motivation. I want to give you a chance to go out there and enjoy some of that good weather. It's a good feeling when you can walk out in October, almost November, and it feels like a summer breeze is coming. But that doesn't mean your goals should change. That doesn't mean your mindset should change. That does not mean what you were focused on prior to the weather changing should change now. Don't change like the weather. And if you're in a relationship, a business experience, or whatever it may be consistent. Do what you say you're going to do. You promise all these big things. Did you really mean it when you said it? Did you really see an opportunity that you can get this thing accomplished? Well, do that. Stand on it. That's only going to benefit you in the long run. That's only going to make you be what's called a stand-up guy or stand-up woman. And for the young people who may listen to this, that's important, man. Your word is everything. Don't flip-flop. If you can't do it, say, look, I don't think I better do that. Don't just say what you need to say to make the experience go well for now because it's going to hurt you in the long run because people are expecting that. Or you'll get a reputation for being somebody who just talks. Oh, yeah, he's just talking. Yeah, she's just talking. And that's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. Well, with that being said, guys, I won't keep you guys too much on this Monday motivation. I got a comment right here. Good morning, Michelle. How are you? Thank you so much for stopping in. Talking about not changing like the weather, not letting that great summertime weather do it. She said, you catch the replay. The replay is there for you to catch. I appreciate that. You can run it back, as we say. I hope you're doing well. But just final comments is, whether it's the weather or your character, don't change. Stay locked into who you are and be who you are, and don't let society influence you to change. Do not change like the weather because the weather changes so much. Don't be known as that person. Be a person of good character who can stand on what's being said. Hey, they said it, they're going to do it. And if you can't do it, people respect you more for saying I can't compared to just saying something to make it sound good for now. Maybe a little uncomfortable, but life is uncomfortable. I'd rather be uncomfortable doing something I believe in than uncomfortable doing something I don't. Repeat that. I'd rather be uncomfortable doing something I believe in than uncomfortable doing something that I don't. With that being said, guys, go have a great day. Have a great week. Have a great month. Have a great year. Have a great life. Shout out to River Rouge School District. Want to be down there today supporting the Panthers as they get ready to take on King for the first round of the playoffs. 2 5-3 teams going to clash at King High School on Friday. SPS going to be in the building. Shout out to the school district. Shout out to the superintendent, Dr. Derek Coleman, my guy, my alpha brother. We got great stories to tell. He's doing great things over there with the school district. It's going to be a great experience. So with that being said, I want you guys to enjoy your day. See you next time. Peace.